What's up, card nerds? So today I got first place at the Las Vegas Regional, playing Live Twin, Spright, Runick. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Congrats on getting first place. I know Las Vegas Regional wasn't the biggest,
Yeah.
but it was still 7 rounds of grinding. You got first place.
And I did play Snake Eyes, I think 3 rounds, Tenpai 2 rounds, Fire King 2 rounds, so it was all meta.
Yeah, which I saw too. I was expecting some of your games, and honestly, for the deck that you're playing, for the meta, it was such a good meta call because
It's not. It's just I mean, into the meta it's hard because their boards are insane, but
it's unpredictable. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's get into it to see what took first place and knocked out 7 rounds.
All right, so I divided it up into the different engines. Sorry, we're on like 2 hours of sleep, but we're here. We're making it. So first, we're gonna start with the Live Twins. 3 of the Sunny Snitch, the Searcher, 3 of the best normal summon. Because you want to get into this one for the extra draw, and then another normal summon. So total of 8 Live Twin cards. And then we're gonna go with the Sprites. For Sprites, I played 3 blues, 2 jets, 2 reds, and 1 carrot. The second red, optional, but it comes up. Spright Smasher. A lot of people cut this for the other one, for the trap, but I don't like it. This comes up a lot more for me, and a non-targeting removal. It's a quick play. You don't have to set it. It's like, yeah, I think it's personally a must. And 3 starter, which starter. Then we have the Runicks. It is 50 cards, by the way. Just
I love how organized.
Yeah. So then we have 1 fountain. Oh, sorry, 2 fountains. 3 tips, 3 curses, 3 flashing fires, 3 destruction, 3 slumber.
God bless.
And 1 dispelling. It's actually a low amount of Runicks. I know usually you want to draw 2, but I figured out that even if you draw 1, it's an extender, and it's usually gonna bait out the hand trap, whether it's an imperm, whatever. So just having 1 is usually fine, and then the other cards be your extender, because this will summon Huggin, and then that'll, if you're not gonna get to Fountain very often anyways, because they're gonna hand trap you. So even drawing just 1 Runick is fine. You don't have to always draw 2. Obviously drawing 2 and them not hand trapping you is ideal, but yeah. For the hand traps, I actually play hand traps, which I don't usually play hand traps in this deck, but I feel like this format it's very needed. So 3 Ash, obviously you lose 2 Fuwalos pretty hard, and the other Mochami as well. So I think 3 Ash is mandatory, obviously. 2 Fuwalos, this should be 3. I didn't have the 3rd in time, but this should be 3. Joel at 2, this card was really great today. And I don't know if I would play 3. Same reason I'm playing 2 Valor. The Runicks, you draw into cards. The Live Twins, you draw into cards, so you want to draw into different hand traps. Obviously, this is not when you can draw into. But for that reason, I'm also playing 3 Imperm for the hand traps. I would maybe do 3 Valors and 2 Imperms, just because this is not once per turn. So if you draw it on your opponent's turn with the Live Twins, the Runicks, whatever, you can still use it. If you draw this, you can't use it because you have cards on the field. So sense. I would maybe do 3 and 2, and then, I mean, 2 of these is a little, it's fine, I think. But yeah, it was worked out really well. So yeah, you have hand traps, at least do something going second. And the Fuwalos puts in work. It put in work today. Now for the extra, I have 2 Huggins, 1 Gary. Gary came in like 3 times today. It crashes and destroys IP in battle phase. It's really nice. 2 of the Gigantic Spright. Typhon, I never summoned it, but
you have it in your deck.
Yeah, I think sometimes you need it, but because you can out like problematic monsters and then set up you still set up the Runick stuff. So it's good. I think it comes up enough. Little Knights, IP, Cerberus. 2 Little Knights, I think it's a mandatory, but I only had 1 today, so I just played with 1. But the second one comes up all the time. 2 of the Leela, 2 of the Kissikills, and then for the Link 4s, Trouble Sunny, I made a lot, OTKs, and then the Griffin for the IP. I never summoned this today either, but against certain matchups, branded and stuff, this is really nice. But it's definitely cuttable if you want. All right, so then for the side, 3 Judgment is mostly for Tenpai because I go first. Even against Tenpai, I never go second. I always choose to go first. They can't break my board. I went like 4 games against Tenpai and went first and beat them. So this just gives you another layer of interruption. But even I got Shifted, I got Fualos. I can still set up at least 2 or 3 disruptions. And if I have a Judgment, then I feel even safer. 3 Perulia. This I didn't draw it once, but I mean theoretically it's good against some decks. I played Dogwood. I never went into time, but it's there. I don't know. What can you say? Retaliating Sea now. This card is insane. Won me I only summoned it 1 time today, and it was game 3 of the final round of the last match, and
where it counted.
Yeah, they minus like 3 and played into the Retaliating, and that won me the game on the spot. Retaliating Sea, I would definitely play that again. It's really good. So that's 12, and then 1 called by for when you go first. Now this is the time card for when you go first. I also never summoned it. I never even cited it in. Got to play fast, and you're playing Runicks. So a lot of times people don't scoop in time, and they just keep playing because you don't have a battle phase, and then you end up in time. But I didn't need any other time cards today, which was nice. And then the 3rd Droll for certain decks, I think sometimes you just need a card that can end their turn. It's not always going to do it, but it did do it against Luis, who got 2nd place today. He did really well. But the Droll was like, it shut him down completely. It won't always do that, but the fact that there's a chance of it doing that, sometimes you need that in this type of deck that I'm running 50 cards and you don't have that many hand traps. So.
Do you ever feel like with 50 cards with Runicks and the hand traps conflicted?
No, I felt like I drew, sometimes 1 hand trap, sometimes 2, which was fine. And with if I have just 2 cards, that's all I need. As long as I have like a live twin plus a Spright, I'm doing a lot.
Yeah.
If I have the Runicks to add to that, then it gets even better. But you can set up at least 5-6 disruptions with just 2-3 cards. So the hand traps just added more to that because sometimes they break your board, and the hand traps back you up. Like I said, the way you kind of have to play it is you have to kind of assume you're not going to have Fountain anyways, because they're always going to use a hand trap on it. So if with 50 you're drawing less into your Runicks, but that's okay because it's still a level 2 extender that they waste their hand trap on, and then they have to then use another hand trap on Gigantic, but then you also have the live twins to go into the draw guy and get another disruption on your opponent's turn. So, and that's just with like 2 cards right there. So it's just they waste their disruptions. They have to, because if they don't hit the Huggin, then your Fountain's live the rest of the duel, and your advantage is insane. So yeah, the deck worked great. Like I said, I played a lot of meta today, and I'm very good with this deck. I played it for a long time. So it's a deck that you can't just pick up, and I mean it's not a hard deck to play, but if you take your time with it, it can be very good and actually beat some of those decks. But it's a tough matchup with the Fire, especially like Fire King. It's a very tough matchup because their stuff floats so much, so you have to navigate through everything. But it's a good deck nonetheless. I enjoy this deck very much.
Cool. Anything else you want to add?
No, I just want to shout out to everybody from AZ. I mean, Luis got 2nd place. David got 5th place on the camera. He also got his mat. So yeah, we represented today. And yeah, that's it.
Cool. All right, boys. Well, yeah.
We're out.
Yeah.